The human brain, it's just incredibly powerful, isn't it? So adaptable. And think about how much of our lives are just, well, patterns, perceptions, beliefs, things that got wired in, maybe without us even noticing. So what if you could actively, reshape those patterns, build the life you actually want? That's exactly what we're diving deep into today. We're unpacking insights from an audio source called the 5-Minute Mind Exercise that will change your life. Your brain will not be the same.
Right.
Our mission here is to get a handle on how our brains work, understand these things called neural pathways, and then walk through a really specific exercise, one designed to help you create new pathways that line up with what you want.
It's so true. A lot of our programming, our past experiences and beliefs, they get physically hardwired. And that can definitely keep us stuck sometimes, stuck in certain ways of seeing things, certain behaviors. But what we'll explore today is how those connections work and, maybe more importantly, how you can actually change them intentionally.
Okay, yeah, let's unpack that. The source mentions neural pathways right away,
Yeah.
these established connections. What does that actually mean for us? If you want to change something in your life?
Well, think of them as literal connections, pathways in your brain that fire based on past programs, based on the stimulation they get. They really dictate the patterns you see playing out in your life. Now, some patterns are great, they serve us well, but others, they can block us. They shape how we relate to everything, really. The source suggests that if something isn't quite right in your life, it's often down to a pattern, a perception that developed way back.
Right. And it gives that example, which I found really clear. The difference between someone always thinking about not having enough money, which just strengthens those lack and limitation pathways, versus someone focusing on happiness.
Exactly. That constant focus on happiness strengthens the happiness pathways, makes them the dominant ones. It's about repetition. And here's where it gets really interesting, like you said. Every thought, every feeling we have, it strengthens these pathways, which then dictates what we believe is true about ourselves and the world. And the source says this makes us radiate a certain vibrational frequency that matches our beliefs, attracting similar things back to us.
It's fascinating how thoughts and feelings physically shape the brain. The source compares these pathways to habits. Once they're there, they stick around.
They really do. Unless we actively give them a reason not to fire, give the brain a new route. But the exciting part is, the opportunity to create new ones, and apparently in a pretty effective way.
So it's not just hoping things change, it's actively building the change.
Right. And what's interesting is the source points out that even small shifts, like changing your daily routine, deciding to do one little thing differently, that can already start promoting new neural pathway growth. It kind of sets the stage for this more direct method we're going to talk about.
Okay, so this brings us to the actual how-to. The source gives a really clear step-by-step process for developing these new pathways aligned with what you want. Let's walk through it for everyone listening.
All right, so step 1, setup and connection. First, you close your eyes, take a few nice deep breaths to just relax your body and mind. Then you place one hand flat on your forehead. That's over the frontal lobe key for thinking, planning, cognitive stuff. The source also links this to the third eye chakra for awareness, intuition. And your other hand goes flat on the back of your head over the occipital lobe, which handles vision.
Okay, hands front and back. What's the purpose of that specific placement?
Well, the source explains it as sending subtle energies, like a vibration or pulse from your hands into your brain and that third eye area. The idea is to add energy, add intention right to that part of your body, focus the energy.
Got it. Adding focus and energy. Then step 2, manifestation focus.
Exactly. Now, with your hands still there, you focus on something specific you want to manifest, and you call it into your mind in detail. Really try to imagine touching it, its texture, maybe hear it if it makes a sound, see its qualities clearly, sense its energy, and importantly, sense the energy it creates in you. You spend a few moments really connecting with it, making it feel real now.
Okay, vivid sensory detail, making it feel present. What's next?
Step 3, state the object's name. You start saying the name of this thing out loud. The source uses an example like a 2017 black convertible Jaguar with leather interior. You just list about 5 physical features. You don't need more, and you don't need to say, I have or I am yet. Just state the name, the description out loud with some authority for maybe 30 seconds to a minute.
Okay, stating the specifics out loud. Then comes step 4, identify and state emotion.
Right, so after saying the object's name, you'll probably notice an emotion bubbling up as you're visualizing it. The idea is to name that emotion, or maybe a few. Just 1 to 4 is fine, like happy, excited, peaceful, whatever fits. And you state those emotions out loud for about 30 seconds to a minute. really feel them. And, since these feelings are likely positive, the source suggests putting a smile on your face while you do it.
Feeling the positive emotion associated with having it. Makes sense. So
Mhm.
smiling helps reinforce it.
Seems to be the idea, yeah. Anchoring the feeling physically. Then comes step 5. Declare your new truth.
Ah, okay. This sounds important.
It is. Yeah. You take a moment and state out loud, this is my new truth and my new reality.
Hmm.
The purpose here is really about making a commitment in your mind. You're deciding, choosing to form the belief that you already have this thing. You declare it's true, and your brain, according to the source, starts working to make it so.
Declaring it as fact, setting the new program. And the final step. Step 6. Lock in the information.
Yes, locking it in. Hands are still on your head, front and back. Now you open your eyes. Keep thinking about your manifestation, how good it feels. But keep your head still and just move your eyes. Look all the way to the right, then all the way to the left. You do this several times, maybe 10 to 15 times is plenty.
Moving the eyes side to side. Why that specifically?
The source explains this stimulates both the left and right hemispheres of the brain at the same time. And when both sides of the brain work together like that, the results are apparently much more powerful. It helps to sort of seal the deal, like saving the file, locking in that information you just programmed.
Interesting. Using eye movement to integrate it across the brain.
Yeah, it's a specific technique tied to brain function. Now, if we connect this all back to the bigger picture, the source really stresses consistency.
Right. You can't just do this once and expect miracles.
Exactly. To really build that new internal design, those new neural pathways, you need to do this exercise consistently. The recommendation is for 2 to 3 minutes every day for at least 30 days. Minimum 30 days.
That dedication makes sense. It's how you start thinking more thoughts that actually match what you want to manifest. You're basically training your brain to default to this new reality.
You've got it. It's like carving that new trail in the forest we talked about. The more you walk it, the clearer and easier it becomes. Those thoughts then support creating the new beliefs, beliefs that align you vibrationally or simply neurologically with what you're creating.
So ultimately, what happens? What are the results you're supposed to see from this consistent practice?
Well, the idea is that when you truly start to live from these new beliefs, when they become your automatic way of thinking and feeling, you develop a new energy, a new vibrational frequency, as the source puts it. And that frequency starts to magnetize what you want towards you. Or put another way, your aligned mindset helps you see and act on opportunities you wouldn't have noticed before.
So it changes your internal state, which then changes how you perceive and interact with the external world.
Precisely. Your subconscious gets reprogrammed, you start noticing different things, making different choices, radiating a different kind of energy. It all works together to draw those experiences in.
Wow. What an incredible deep dive.
Yeah.
It really brings together the power of the mind, visualization, emotion,
Yep.
and a very practical technique. We've explored how deep these neural pathways go, but also how, with intentional action, we can actually create new ones, literally rewire things.
It really does highlight that connection, doesn't it? How our inner world, our focus, our feelings, our declarations directly sculpts our outer reality. And it shows our brains are maybe way more malleable than many of us thought.
Absolutely. So as we wrap up this deep dive, here's something to think about. How might intentionally shaping your internal landscape using techniques like this change your external world, maybe in ways you can't even imagine right now? What new truths, what new realities are you ready to start declaring and wiring into your brain?